Okay, so I'm here with my friend Forrest, and he's going to tell me how he feels about what's going on in the world right now in the Black Lives Matter movement.
So, we were just talking a little bit about this, and a few points that I would want to make to this. First off, I am fully in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. I love what it stands for. When you look at the website, amazing. Here's the issues that I have. Is that there's a lot of infighting, there's a lot of people who are trying to fight for different issues, and that tends to conflict with things. The same thing as when Occupy Wall Street was coming on, and you had an amazing opportunity to say something really important, but it ended up getting mixed up with a bunch of random groups doing a bunch of stupid shit. Mm-hmm. So you guys have an incredible opportunity right now to say something. The world is listening, okay? Use that opportunity to make a definitive statement. So far, so good. I'm very impressed and I'm very happy about it. Something that we had brought up earlier on is that a lot of the people who are against it, who think that all lives matter is a valid argument, they don't understand what the actual movement is about. Nobody is saying that all lives don't matter. Nobody's saying that black lives are more special or should be treated differently. Here's where we are. We wouldn't need Black Lives Matter now if we hadn't just had Black Lives Don't Matter for the last 200 years. Segregation, systemic racism, our broken and corrupt criminal justice system, the racism and segregation that we still see today. You know, segregation was outlawed, but we still have blockbusting, we still have black communities pushed out to the edge of society, we still have rampant gentrification destroying beautiful communities. These things are legal ways of keeping us separated. Those are things that we can still fight. And it's not just a policy change, it's a societal change. We've got to change minds, we've got to change hearts. So when you see these people, excuse me, who think that the Black Lives Matter is all just people getting angry and upset, maybe try to convince them why you're angry and upset. And I don't mean to sound like I'm talking down to anybody here. I'm just speaking to a wide audience of people that I can't see. I had an argument with a guy who said, well, you know, I've never experienced racism, therefore I don't think it's there. He failed to take into account that he was white. Therefore, he's probably never been followed around a grocery store before. And even if he has, probably only been once, not every single time. He's probably not been assumed to be doing something wrong before. And once again, if it has been, probably only once or twice. I'm an atheist. I've experienced persecution from people who think that I'm literally the devil or sent by him. But no one has ever been able to look at me and discern that. No one has ever been able to look at me and objectively know I don't like this person. I'm white, and I'm a guy. I'm a white man. How many breaks can one guy get? How lucky can I be? I can do anything, and the fact that I know that I have that privilege is legitimately scary. Friends and family of mine are scared right now for what's going to happen to their rights, what's going to happen to their lives. If you're not scared, you have the same privilege that I do, and you have to recognize that. Whether or not you see racism doesn't matter. It's happening. And if you're not being exposed to it, it's because you're not talking to enough people. You're not making enough friends. You're not shaking enough hands. Intelligence is entertaining an idea without necessarily accepting it. Cognitive dissonance is when something strikes you as true, but you really don't want it to be true, so you try to fight it off and it hurts your brain a little bit. You're going to have to deal with these two facts. To be intelligent, you're gonna have to hear some things you don't like and don't agree with. To be a good human being, you're gonna have to learn from other human beings. So I encourage everyone watching this, if you are black or support the Black Lives Matter movement, please go out and share it more. Don't stop fighting. I just said here today that if you let your movement fizzle out, then people are going to learn that if they ignore you long enough, you'll just go away. And so far, for the past 240 years, that's exactly what's happened. They've ignored you, they've pushed you off to the edge of society, they've let you struggle and squirm and suffer by yourselves, blamed you for the problems that they gave you, and then stolen from your culture when you made something good. For all the people who are against Black Lives Matter watching this, I encourage you to make some new friends. to talk to some people and learn what their issues really are. And when you learn that all people are people, and nobody's saying that their life matters more than yours, no one's saying that your life doesn't matter, you may learn that you have a lot more in common with them than you think. And if we celebrate those similarities between our cultures, we can then learn to celebrate the differences between our cultures. I loved living in North Tulsa for 3 years, learning the black culture up there. I loved learning the Hispanic culture as I learned Spanish. I love sharing my culture with others, and I know that other people will love sharing their cultures with you. To be culturally ignorant, you're really hurting yourself. So that's I'll go on for years, but thank you so much for listening if you are, and if you take my advice seriously, thank you for doing that. You will not regret making new friends, I promise.
Thank you.
Thank you.